Good morning, everyone. Today is February 22, which is Wednesday. I know we have a time difference. In California, it's afternoon or evening. Here in Australia, it's 9:20 in the morning. So I hope you understand on every video. I have 200 plus video on my YouTube channel and on my platform on Facebook. Why? Every time I have a conversation with anyone, our conversation is recorded, and I want to put this on my platform because I want to educate both buyers and sellers. It doesn't matter if he is my seller or you are big spender. It doesn't matter. This industry, gold industry, is worth $1 billion. The world needs this precious metal. Gold has many uses. Even diamond has many uses. I don't want to explain further because you are a gold trader. You understand why you are craving this precious metal. There is a purpose. This gold is your investment. This gold can make into different uses. You can smelt it into 99.99. You can smelt it into jewelry, or you can smelt it into false teeth, or medical uses, or computer spare parts. So gold has many purposes. So I don't want to explain further. We have the gold. My seller is the main producer of gold. The gold produced coming from his mine. Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. I only handle Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. Now, I'm going to explain this scenario further. Just a few seconds ago, a good friend of mine called me. It's 8 o'clock, so I was relaxing in bed after my breakfast. Because last night I went 2 o'clock in the morning, I went to bed because of the time difference. But anyway, your call is very important to Wilhelmina. So a dear friend of mine from Silicon Valley, and she called me that she has a buyer from Dubai, and the buyer would not travel to Africa. They asked me to bring the gold to Dubai, and I told my dear friend that it's impossible because the government has changed. There's so many gold launderer, whether it's Switzerland, Dubai, Germany, Hong Kong, Singaporean, or Indians. Why they are going to cut corner? Because of profit. So my seller cannot afford to lose his mining license. My seller cannot afford to lose his export license. So the seller will say to me, well, Amina, take it or leave it. We have the gold. Tell the buyer, if they have the money, they have to place an order. Now, how are you going to place your order? This video is very clear and concise. Every video, there is a full corporate offer. I want you to read and click below. And this full corporate offer is really concise. Just like an elementary, I explain it one by one. Now, I'm going to answer the question of my dear friend for everyone. And I'm going to give this video a copy to my dear friend. But I'm not going to mention her name because there's no need to mention her name. Just a good friend of mine for 19 years. She just wanting to help her buyer. Now, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, you're wondering why I do charge my services. Of course, you're in business, right? You're in business to make money. You are using Wilhelmina's services. My services is peanuts. I only charge to cover my travel cost. Yes, I do charge 20 grand. Non-refundable. Why? If you want to save money, go for it. I will arrange the contract. I will prepare the contract because the seller have a contract with me already. I just fill in your name, address, etc., etc. Right. The banking details of my seller and mining license I have because the seller hired Wilhelmina to market to the globe market. So don't be scared, Mr. Buyer. No one will steal your information. Your information is intact because I'm the one who will scrutinize you. I'm the one who will say yes or no. I'm the boss. I'm the extension of the seller. I'm based in Australia. So don't be scared that, oh, why I'm gonna pay Wilhelmina's travel cost. Of course, you're in business, right? Do you think I'm going to give you free? There is no free in this world. When you sell this gold, when you resell it, I can guarantee you, you make profit. I can guarantee you 100%. I know the market in Dubai. I know. Everybody goes to Dubai because Dubai is a tax haven. But Dubai also using, the buyer used the Dubai to launder the gold. Now, I'm going to explain to you about this big company laundering gold from Africa. This gold is very precious. This is the world asset that the world needs gold. The central bank cannot print out paper money without the collateral, without gold reserve. Right. Why this Australian mining company positioning themselves? Why Chinese are everywhere in Africa? Why American company are everywhere? Why Canadian, why Italian group of company are everywhere in Africa? They are a big company, right? They are investing on that country, and the government give the company tax incentive. So it's none of my business, and you don't need to worry about that because that is not your business. Your business on how to secure gold, right? My seller produced gold direct from his mine and is going to export it, and the selling price is LBMA less 8%. Take it or leave it, you can have it. If you don't have, I wish you good luck. Now you're gonna say, oh, Wilhelmina, I don't want to travel. Well, you are timid then. I'm a woman. I travel to Africa. I'm not scared. I brought the buyer to Africa. I'm not scared. And the buyer is happy. I know my seller. I wouldn't travel if I don't know my seller. But the gold cannot be given to you unless you pay the gold. There is no upfront here. You have to pay the product plus government sales tax plus logistic and insurance. Now I'm going to explain to you one by one. When you watch this video and click below and subscribe and read the full corporate offer, digest it properly, because the full corporate offer is really very extensive, very concise, impossible, you cannot understand. Impossible. If you went to school, I'm sure you would understand. I'm sorry if I'm very blunt, because I want to educate you guys. That I know you were craving of this precious mineral. I know. Now, my good friend said, well, Amina, I have a buyer that he doesn't want to travel to Africa. Do you think you can travel to Dubai? I said, yes, I can travel, but I would not bring the gold. Because the gold cannot given to me unless the gold export documentation must be in the name of the buyer. Must be, not me. My job is to facilitate. My job, I'm the mandate. I'm going to scrutinize you, Mr. Buyer. I'm going to ask you why you want to buy gold. Why? What is the purpose? So I have to interview you before I'm going to say to my seller, okay, let us proceed, because I already scrutinized the buyer. So don't be scared that I'm going to scrutinize you, because this is for your own benefit. After you read the full corporate offer in front of you, it says show more. I want you to click. Don't rush, because this is $1 million. This is not a rush business. Africa is a cash business, you must remember. And if you have cash in your bank account standby, I would love to deal with you, and we would love to do business with you. Now, my friend says, well, Amina, can you travel? I said, yes, I can travel. But my schedule, today is February, right? I cannot travel because my partner, my husband, have an operation on March 1st. I mentioned that to my dear friend. I can only travel to Africa, to Dubai, to Africa, March 10 until April 15. I have to be back to Australia because I have a commitment. I have to attend the wedding ceremony of my granddaughter, my eldest sister, my eldest niece, youngest daughter. I have to attend because I'm the sponsor of her wedding. So after April 28, yes, I can go back to Africa and travel again to assist the buyer. Now, As I've said to my video, I mention that all the time, that I am charging my services. My services is not for free. When I travel, it's no longer for free. You can watch Walamina's video, you read the full corporate offer. It's worth $1 million. Information is vital. You will never find this kind of information to any seller or any broker. No. Everybody come to Walamina. Why? I'm the one who position Africa. I'm the one who market Africa in order to remove all the stigma or bad image in Africa, because there's so many gold launderers, especially this buyer that they wanted tons of gold, pay taxes. It's impossible. You have to pay the product first plus government sales tax. That is normal. In Australia, our tax is 10%. Now, let's go back to Brinks and MS. I mentioned to my friend that yes, Conakry and Dubai is one stop. There is Brinks and there is MS. In Mali, there is MS. In Sierra Leone, there is Ego Logistics. So, every country have a different logistics. So, Dubai and Brinks is a subsidiary. Right? It's a franchisee. Now, MS has a branch in Dubai. You can do the research, ms.com. There is an office in Conakry. There is an office in Mali. Now, how are you able to get this gold via MS? The gold will not be handed over to Brinks or MS until the seller will provide all export documentation. So therefore, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, you have to place an order called letter of interest to purchase coming from you. There, Wilhelmina, I was talking to a dear friend of mine. I therefore here to place an order. I therefore send you my interest called LOI. Wilhelmina, I want 22 plus carats. The purity 96, 97. The mode of payment is C.I.F. A minute you mention C.I.F, I will reject you. Why I'm going to reject you? It is impossible. You will get this precious item. You only pay cost, insurance, and freight. How about paying the products? That is normal. You have to pay the logistic. That is the shipping cost. That is normal. You have to insure the gold. Because what happens if the gold will leave the country on the way to your destination and the gold has been stolen in the airport? So you have to insure that. So is there anybody explain to you? No. Even the seller wouldn't explain to you like this. You're lucky to watch this video because I explain it to my friend. It's better I have to explain to you guys so that you will not be burned out at the end of the day. I'm telling you, if you travel alone, without preparation, 100% guaranteed you will be failure. You will be failure. Alright? Now, as I've said to my friend, my services is peanut. Our selling price less 8%. Whatever the price of the day. Now, I'm going to what's the gold price of the day today. Just bear with me. Because we have a time difference in New York. It's evening. Now, the price to yesterday, which is February 20. Now, we are now February 22. The price on the world market per kilo, which is 59,000 per kilo. 1835.41 per ounce. Multiply that to 32.15 equals 59. Now, our selling price, because we don't sell refined, the 59 is already refined. We are selling Dore bar. Dore bar, you can refine it to 99.99. You can refine it to make into different uses, jewelry, etc., etc. Our selling price on Dore bar is $54,000 per kilo. Right? So, think about it. From 59 less 8% equals $54,000. So you're gonna say, oh, too expensive. Of course, you're buying expensive item. Gold is the world asset you're buying, you must remember. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do with the gold. We have a Dore bar and refine. You bring it to Dubai, you can refine it. Yes. So now let's talk about gold laundering. Remember when you have a dirty clothes, you put your dirty clothes on the washing machine, and then the dirty clothes will be washed by washing machine to remove the dirty on the clothes, and then you hang that outside your place. Right? Gold laundering exactly the same. You're gonna wash it, you're gonna launder it, and then resell it to the highest price. We're giving you 8%. You can launder it, but you have to pay for it, because the government would not issue any export documentation like assay report, certificate of clearance, the ownership. The gold is free of illegal activities. The gold is free of child labor, custom clearance. It's already here in front of you. Click below. Yes, that's impossible. You don't understand. Now, this gold laundering, I printed out. And it says, London laundering case may hold close on Conakry, Guinea. I was in Conakry, Guinea several times. I was in Mali. I was in Sierra Leone. There's so many crook buyers, excuse my language if I see this. Crook buyers, they wanted to cut corner because of the profit. Mr. Buyer, don't cut corner. You will get the profit. Slowly but surely. But if you're going to launder like this one, they are now in Calubos. Yeah. The government of Guinea doesn't want their property to be laundered. The government of Mali doesn't want their property to be taken out without payment. Why? That is an income of the government. Now it says here, the government of Guinea wants to know what happened to 3 tons of gold. The answer may lie to London. So there's so many sophisticated launderer, gold trader. They're very sophisticated. They're using their company because they're big. Of course, you will not be caught 1, 2, 3, but number 5 you will be caught like this one. Now, the refinery in Dubai. I know the refinery in Dubai. They brought the gold from Conakry to Dubai, and the refinery. I know the CEO of the refinery. I'm not going to mention the refinery's name. They were dealing with me 2011. This is the CEO of this refinery. When I handled Ghana, they were asking C.I.F, cost, insurance, and freight. Until now, they're still going to Africa, stealing gold from Africa. What happened? They were caught. They were accused as laundering. A minute you ask for C.I.F, you are considered as launderer. We don't launder it. My seller says to me, Wilhelmina, we cannot afford to launder our gold, because if the government found out that we are cutting corners and we don't declare that, our license will be revoked. So the real seller would not deal with any dirty tricks, especially international buyer. Right. International buyer wanted to cut corner because of profit. Do not think about profit, Mr. Buyer. Think about the long term. You will get the profit when you convince us that you are a real buyer. Can you see this? I print out, I said that I read the article. Even last year, there was 50 tons of gold was being confiscated in Mali. Bound for Paris. 50 tons of gold, huh? And the seller and the buyer, they try to cut corner. What happened? Both buyers and sellers in Calubos. So please, Mr. Seller, if you're watching my video today, February 22, don't cut corner. It's better to get the profit little by little. At the end of the year, 12 months, I can guarantee you your profit would be 85%. It depends on the quantity. You increase that. You want tons of gold? We have tons of gold in Mali. We have tons of gold in Conakry and Sierra Leone. Now, let's talk about brings and MS, because my friend was asking, how are you going to bring the gold to Dubai? Well, if you are really smart, Mr. Buyer, there is MS in Mali. There is MS in Conakry. In Sierra Leone, they have a different shipping logistic. Brinks is a subsidiary. They are franchisee. That is business. Just like a DHL. DHL, the headquarters is in the United States. There is branch in Australia. There is branch in Asia. There is branch in Africa. DHLs are everywhere. The Brinks are all the same. They are subsidiary. Now, MS from Dubai to Conakry is one stop. From Dubai to Mali, two stop. But Mali and Conakry, they have tons of gold and Sierra Leone. So I would determine which seller I'm going to put you, Mr. Buyer. So I hope, my friend from Silicon Valley, I hope I give you the answer. So thank you for calling me when I was resting, because I wake up very early. You know, I went to bed 2 o'clock in the morning, 7 days a week, because we have a time difference. In your end, 2 o'clock Australian time, 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe it's a morning in your end, because so the world is too big. There's a saying, the world is our oyster. So I don't know if you understand the language to all buyers. Now, Mr. Buyer, don't be scared. Wilhelmina is a woman that traveled to Africa. I don't have any security guard at all. You will only come to the office based on your order. After you read this full corporate offer below on this video, click below, it says show more. The full corporate offer is in front of you. I want you to digest it, listen to this video, whether you like it or not, at least you gain knowledge. Knowledge is worth $1 billion. I do remember Philip from Germany, and he's been watching my video. He's a professor in Guinea University. And he said, well, Amina, I admire your guts. I said, why? You said that information worth $1 million. You know what Philip was saying? No, Wilhelmina, information worth $1 billion. I was laughing because it's true. Without information, you wouldn't get the real supplier. There's so many fake offer. Mr. Buyer, I know you have been roaming around. There's an offer undervalued. There's an offer 35. There's an offer 40. There's an offer 45. Mr. Buyer, that is not the real price. I'm telling you. They're going to tease you in order to grab it. And then when you are on the ground, at the end of the day, you're a disaster. I'll give you an example. I met a German and a guy from Holland. They were in Dubai. They're small. They open a company. You know how much they spend? $26,000. So every day they call me. And this guy from Holland, they met me in Jibora Hotel when I was staying in Jibora Hotel. And I interviewed him. He's a very dignified. He wear a nice business suit. So we have a cup of coffee at the lobby at Jibora Hotel. And he said that he's going to open a company in Dubai. I said, that's good. And during our conversation, I asked this guy, how much really your capital? He said he wanted to buy 1 kilo. I said, so what is the purpose of buying? He's going to resell it to his contact. Immediately I said, And I said to him, you know what? To cut our conversation, 1 kilo is not enough. When you travel, there's a cost. And it's better you buy gold to the refinery in Dubai with no discount. So, while he was window shopping, he flew to Sierra Leone using my vital information. That is fine. He flew to Sierra Leone, so he didn't communicate with me. So I sent him and he said, how's things going? How's business? And he said he went to Sierra Leone. I said, okay. And how is the trip? Oh, there's so many scammer in Sierra Leone. And I told him, you know what? Scam means you're deceiving yourself. The seller is also deceiving you, and you also deceive yourself because you're looking for cheap price. At the end of the day, he didn't get the gold. So that is how it works. Both buyers and sellers are a scammer. So the word scam means that's a new version. Remember, guys, Jesus Christ was betrayed by Judas. Judas sold Jesus Christ. Judas is a scammer. Yeah. So that is an old version. I hope you understand my logic here, my dear friend, whoever watching my video. This is in generalized. And I give you a lot of business logic because I want you to understand that please don't cut corner. Don't cut corner because at the end of the day, you're going to lose $1 million. There was a Chinese lady lost $1 million in Ghana. There was an American guy went to Ghana to bring money from the investor. He hung himself because he couldn't take it or he's ashamed. Ghana, I used to handle Ghana. I was being scammed in Ghana big time. I wouldn't touch Ghana at all. Ghana is a nice country. Very nice. But the people, they're crooked. Yeah, they're crooked. I don't want to deal with a crooked seller because I don't have time. I don't. The seller hired Wilhelmina. I only charge the buyer my extra service. If you cannot afford to pay my services, to me, you are not a buyer. Then you are dreaming $1 million, you're dreaming 100 kilos, you're dreaming 50 kilos, that is over $1 million. Right? So $54,000 times 50, that is $2,700,000. Convince me that you have $2,700,000 in your bank account standby. Without that, I wouldn't believe it at all. And then you're gonna send me an LOI. I wanna buy gold C.I.F. bank instrument. Good luck. Your LOI would be on the wheelie bin. This is FOB cash to cash business, bank to bank. Now, how are you able to pay bank to bank? I already mentioned that, right? Send us a LOI attention to Wilhelmina. Because Wilhelmina will screen your letter of intent. That letter of intent is to signify that you are really interested to purchase. That is how it works. Just like when you apply for a job, you're going to send your biodata or resume in order for the manager to look at your background. Buying gold, exactly the same. Your credential has to be properly due diligence by this lady in front of you. Then I will advise the seller, okay, I have validated this particular buyer, Mr. Seller, let us proceed. I will determine which seller I'm going to put you, Mr. Buyer, either Conakry, Sierra Leone, or Mali. So you're gonna send the LOI attention to Wilhelmina, directly to Wilhelmina. Dear Wilhelmina, I watch your video. I really comprehend properly. Now it's my time to place an order. 50 kilos or 100 kilos or 20 kilos, something like that. The payment is bank to bank FOB. Now, when I receive your LOI, I will call you, Mr. Buyer. I will require you your business registration, a copy. I will require you to submit your importation license. And I need to know who you are. I want to see your passport copy and I want to see your bank statement that you have 2,700,000 out of 50 kilos. Right? Without that, I wouldn't believe it. Nah. To me, you're a launderer. Yes. To me, you're just wasting the time. I don't waste time. Time is money. If you meet the criteria, at least you gain knowledge. This video is very, very important to your business, Mr. Buyer. Now you're gonna say, oh, I don't want to travel. I want the gold to be brought to Dubai. That is normal. You need to travel. I want you to establish business relationship with us. You cannot just sit down on your chair in Dubai thinking the gold will come. The money will not come to you. Mr. Buyer, I'll throw back the question. I want to buy something from your company. I'm going to ask, send it to Australia. Do you think you're going to give it to Wilhelmina without any knowing who am I? Buying gold, exactly the same. I am going to interview you, Mr. Buyer. I'm the one who will scrutinize your LOI, letter of interest to purchase. So then, we'll send you a confirmation of your order. with the contract, because I'm going to gather your vital information, your banking statement, etc., etc., etc. We will put that on the contract. We will attach the seller's mining license. We will send you the background, the company profile of the seller. Right? That is how you're gonna apply to purchase. This lady in front of you, Mr. Buyer, is really very strict. Now, going back to this gold laundering, okay? The refinery in Dubai, I know. He was been dealing with me 2012, asking C.I.F. So now, the travel, they're using a different blockchain of broker. That is fine. What happened? They were being caught. You know, you launder the gold 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, the refinery and the buyers from Turkey. Okay, the gold was brought to Turkey to Dubai refinery and Dubai refinery. So what happened? This big company was being followed by International Monetary Fund. What happened? They were being arrested. Yes, it says here, in March, Guinea authorities arrested a former head of the central bank and charged him with embezzlement after the custodian of gold Belgian refinery. I don't want to mention the refinery. It said it was unable to return the red letter to the editor, Istanbul Gold Refinery. The arrest of Lonsini name cast new light on previously unreported court ruling in London. Now, if you want to know the full articles, go and type London laundering case may close to Guinea gold. You search this, you will see the articles. I just printed out the articles. I just want to show it to you. Last year, again, there was 50 tons of gold smuggled, and the gold was being confiscated in the airport. Why was being confiscated? The declaration is not properly done. Now, Mr. Buyer, if you cut corner, I'm telling you, you're gonna end into disaster. Now, all the requirements that you need, Mr. Buyer, is in this video. The requirement that you need to supply us in order to believe that you're a buyer is also on this video. You're gonna say, oh, why I'm gonna pay Wilhelmina's $20,000? Well, you're using my services, right? You don't need to pay $20,000 if you don't like it. 8%, I will arrange the contract, you travel, but if there is a question, if there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina because Wilhelmina is too far. But when I'm on the ground, I have to be with you because you're paying my extra service is non-refundable. That extra service is to cover my travel cost. That $20,000 is peanuts. Why should I travel with my own expenses? At the end of the day, you're gonna gain more profit than me. Right. I am kind and generous. You must remember. There is no way that buyer's agent will explain to you like this. Most of them, they come to me. Now my platform is just like an online call center. Everybody knows me. Everybody gain knowledge. Knowledge is worth $1 million. That is fine. I don't have any issue. I would love you to learn in a proper way. I don't want you to learn on the crooked way. Because at the end of the day, you're going to lose million and million dollars. Now, there was a write-up, I think 6 years ago. There was an African basketball player. He was being offered very cheap. They went to Congo. You know, Congo is a UN embargo. You have to change the ownership and bring the gold to Nairobi. What happened? These basketball players, the superstar from United States, he was being scammed. He was being deceived by the person who offered $25,000 a kilo. So can you see that his eyes is bigger than $1? What happened at the end of the day? He lost $1 million. Another royal family in Dubai, go on YouTube, scandal of royal family in Dubai. They were being in the news international. The royal family in Dubai lost $24 million. I'm sharing you. Go on YouTube. Search Nairobi gold scandal. Royal family in Dubai was being offered under value as well. And the royal family's nephew dealing with the company in Nairobi. What happened? The gold didn't arrive. And the royal family is demanding to deliver the gold to Dubai. When they open the box, it's a rock. So Mr. Buyer, go and research. I'm telling you, I have the video. I searched because I watched on the international news. It was on the international news about the royal family in Dubai was scammed $24 million in Nairobi. So Mr. Buyer, that is a lesson to everyone. Do not cut corner. Switzerland has no gold. The gold coming from Africa. They travel to different countries, to Istanbul, to Dubai, and then bring it to Switzerland. They smelt the gold into gold bullion. So nobody noticed it. What happened? They were being caught. Dirty gold from Africa. Dirty gold from Africa to Dubai and Switzerland. It's on my platform. I put that on my platform because I want to share it, so that you guys would not encounter disaster. Just like when you drive a car on the road and then you're drunk, you drive a car on the winding road, what happened? You meet an accident. Buying gold, exactly the same. You're going to meet an accident, either you're going to be calabus or you lose $1 million. Which one you like, Mr. Buyer? You do the job properly, follow the golden rules of the country, then at the end of the day, you gain knowledge, you gain profit. 1 year time, I can guarantee you, you will get 80 to 85% profit. I don't get the profit, of course. I need to be paid. You are using my services. My seller is paying my work to market it. I only charge you my extra. If you cannot afford my extra to me, you are not a buyer. I'm telling you. Very clear and simple. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning to you. I don't know when you wake up, it's morning, it's evening in your end. Whoever you are, this video is for in generalize. Please don't cut corner. Can you see this one? So you can search. There's an article dated May 13, 2022. I print it out. You will see who is the refinery that I know. Yeah? But I don't want to mention his name. He signed a contract with us 2012. Yeah? He didn't perform because he wanted C.I.F. I said, good luck. I am not here to beg you, Mr. Buyer, whoever you are. I am here to tell the world I am positioning Africa because Africa has been tarnished by international buyer. Yes, there's a lot of scammer, deceitful sellers, yes, because they wanted to sell their products. Seller and buyers are hungry. Seller is hungry to sell, and you, Mr. Buyer, hungry to buy, and Wilhelmina is also hungry to service you. Three of us is hungry. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Buyer? Three of us is hungry. Right? The seller is hungry to sell, and you're hungry to buy. Wilhelmina is hungry to service you. So three of us is hungry. Right? I will feed your craving. If you convince Wilhelmina, then I will fill in your hunger. Does that make sense, Mr. Buyer? I think I already explained to you. I'm going to summarize. Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. Mali have brinks, have MS. Mali has MS. I want you to do the research. Talk to them because that is not my job. My job is, here's the gold. I'll invite you, come to the office, inspect your order, and then taste the gold, then leave it, and then your payment must be bank to bank from the buyer's account to the seller's account. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good morning.